winter is coming. Oh, wait a minute. No. Admiral, there'd be whales there. No, wrong one. Ladies and gentlemen, the House of the Dragon nears. Good evening, one and all. Thank you for joining us on this late episode here on the NDB Media Network. We are going to be spending wonderful time. We're still working out the actual times. It is on the man of the hour here, Lord Dream. I was going to go with Lord Tyrion, but
no,
that's a little bit beneath him.
Oh, yeah.
Good evening, Lord Dream. How are you doing, young man?
Good. So you said winter is coming, but that happens to be the words of the Starks.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I was going to go into winter is come. Wait, winter has passed. Whoa, I don't know. If you've seen it, winter's passed. If you haven't, it's coming.
Yeah.
And since we're living in the present, it is now. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big deal. This project has been in the works for some time now, and we have actually quite a few people already watching us. So once again, folks, let us know who you are and where you hail from. If you want to jump in, by all means, let us know. Right now, it is Lord Dream and Lord Royer. I don't know if I'm going to go with Roger or I don't know what, but it is going to be what it is. It's going to be a short program today, but we'd love to hear your input. Obviously, the program is going to debut in less than an hour Eastern time. So we're going to be doing a bunch of what ifs. We're probably going to be going back and talking about some stuff as well of what happened in the the thing that came after this series, which hasn't happened yet. But we expect it to be a lot of fun. We're hoping you're going to spend some time with you. I do want to get, as Ross says, a tiny bit of house cleaning out of the way. As you know, it looks like Trekking Across the Universe is going to be hello, Cookie's World, or Cookie's Word. Sorry, thanks for joining us. And
is it Cookie's Word or Cookie Sword?
Oh, that will have to be clarified for us. Cookie Sword, very good. We'll have to know. If you have any ideas on what you think we're going to be seeing today, that's what we're going to be about. Oh, Lord Dream got it right. So where in Westeros or in the Eastlands do you reside, or in the northern parts of the world? Let us know who you are and where you hail from. Folks, it's audience participation here. We're doing this. We're prepped. We are fans. We're ready to go. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say on what is upcoming. We're going to be doing this every week. We don't know exactly based on our schedules, but we're going to be doing it. We're also going to be, as of September 1st or 2nd, we're going to be adding Lord Dream. What are we going to be adding to the program, which I guess will be in 2 weeks, right?
Yep, we're adding. We're going to be adding some Star Wars stuff. We have House of Andor. We have Lord of the Rings stuff. I have my Lord of the Rings sweatshirt on, which we got the One Ring coming up. We're going to have a lot of interesting stuff coming. So we are excited. I don't know what to be more excited about, but I'm just going to take it as it comes. And tonight we're starting with House of the Dragon. So,
folks, what we're going to be doing. Oh, wow. We're really getting some comments now.
Philippines.
George from Delaware. Thank you for joining us. Honey Lean from the Philippines. Thank you for joining us. And I'm Eric's. Yes, I took my name from Trek. And I'm from Missouri. That's cool, folks.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you for spending time with us. Look, George R.R. Martin. Wow. And he's still not done yet. So I'm not going to compare him to J.R.R. Tolkien, but there might be something in there. When he starts stuttering the middle initials, repeating them. But, folks, there are no real rules. Other than next week, we're going to have the first issue in the can. And we're going to be talking about that issue and then going into what we're expecting moving forward. So, Lord Dream, this, as you know, this prequel takes place approximately 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones. And I'm going to ask you a dumb question, and as well as to the audience. You did see the entire run of Game of Thrones, did you not?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah. Were you, I guess we got to get out of the system. Were you disappointed with it? The ending, I should say.
The last season, yes, I was. I personally felt that it was rushed. They could have extended it. They could have done a lot more stuff with it. But I'm no movie writer or TV series writer. It's easy to critique from afar when you're out of the game. But
Oh, stop it, Mr. Hollywood. When it comes to credits, actually, I do have an IMDb profile. So does Lord Dream. You actually starred in several. I'm not going to blow it out of proportion. I'm going to embarrass you more than
no,
but
don't
you've
blow it
been
out of
on
proportion
TV.
at all.
Several. Actually, you've been in Spider-Man, and you
Uh,
were in several TV movies or episodes, right? I guess.
no, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Just a bunch of extra work. So don't get everybody excited.
Oh, they're happy to see you, not me. So it's all good. So, folks, if you have any ideas or any comments about what you think we should do and about the program itself, please write them out in the chat room. We want to hear your ideas of what we're expecting. But as I alluded to a moment ago, well, actually, let me go back. Like the prequel, what I want to do, when I saw Game of Thrones coming to an end, dude, I was all right with it. There was nothing I could do. It was done. Other than putting in a Starbucks cup in the episode to try to mess it up. Oh wait, someone already did that. But I didn't do it. You remember that, right?
Yeah,
On the first run,
definitely remember that.
but they took it out, so there's really no proof unless you have it on DVR. But we're going to be talking about everything in the episode, but that's already coming next week. Right now, we're talking about what's going to happen. I actually was all right with it. It was done. It was an incredible run. Because for most of us, especially the males in the audience, everything happened in the episode before the ending, the final battle up north. You remember that?
Yeah,
It was a climactic battle. And it even had echoes of Lord of the Rings, did it not?
yeah, it did. And there was just so much that, like I said, it felt rushed, man. The whole last season felt rushed. I felt they didn't give Danny enough time to, follow that path of madness that she kind of went down towards the end. They didn't give her enough time with it. They didn't give us the battles that we wanted. It was the big old setup, between Jon Snow and the Witch King that we wanted, and then it was just kind of there and over when the battle happened with Arya. So it was just there was a lot that they could have done that they didn't.
And that's what I mentioned with the battle of where Arya went in and did it. It
Yeah.
echoes the Lord of the Rings. And that's generally what I meant by it. I was all right with it. I do know that word has come out now that HBO wanted 10 seasons, but the producers were against it. I understand that George R. R. Martin, if you believe some of the stuff that's out there, that apparently he's admitted to, he wanted to go 10 seasons as well. Looks like everyone wanted to, but the producers did not for some reason. Don't know. Star Wars movie. I don't know what was on the future. I have no idea, which didn't happen either, but neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But what those two producers delivered was absolutely incredible, along with everyone involved in HBO and George R. R. Martin. It was incredible. What a run. Dream, before we get to the House of Dragon, what were some of your moments in the original Game of Thrones? Because there were many, man.
Shoot, man. Yeah. That's such a broad question. I love the swords. I love the fighting. I love literally every moment of the first 8 seasons. It had, I think some of the stuff that stood out to me was Hodor. Is the House of Dragon based on one of his books or freshly written? As far as I know, it's a prequel of the Westeros. I don't think he's written that yet.
As a matter of fact, if you have HBO Max, they have about 15 or so documentaries right now. And apparently the reason why they went with this age is there's a significant gap in the story right here. So there's a lot that they can fill in. And we know that this is, okay, well, look, we know winter is coming. We know what's going to happen. But in this time, it is different. And there are 2 significant families I believe one of them is the High Tower, and the other one, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting. It starts with the V. Oh my goodness, I do apologize. Oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of the story, but they are the sea traders. They are like, I don't know, the Rothschilds of the time, and that's probably too political to even say that right now. But they are Veneres. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that I do not remember the names right now. I'm just so excited to talk about this. But
Yeah.
High Tower is actually in the southeast of Westeros. That city existed before King's Landing, and High Tower is exactly that. It's because there's a massive tower. Think of the Burj Khalifa, I suppose, that exists there. And I believe the family's name is "We Lead the Way," or that's their motto, which is really pretty good. There are more families involved. Some of them end in this time period, but there are many, many families in Westeros. As George R. R. Martin himself said, this is a feudal time in Westeros. I haven't seen the Sci-Fi Age, so I don't know what that means. But it is good. Again, as I mentioned, it's 200 years before.
Yeah. And now where the main Game of Thrones was focused on the multiple houses and, all the struggle, for the throne between them. I feel like this one is going to be more Targaryen, and that's it. Like
Yes,
the main thing. And it's basically the struggle between the inner family. It's like one family that we're really looking at.
George, I apologize. I did want to tell you that it is based on the book Fire and Blood. We didn't answer you that because we were putting in our own opinions on it, but some of it is based on Fire and Blood. So there is some history in it, but obviously a lot of it has yet to be told. Now, as I understand, this series takes place at a time of not necessarily Pax Romana, but Pax Westeros, because there's a line of Targaryen kings that have been maintaining order, and maybe not order per se, but calm. The economy is booming.
It's hard to struggle. It's hard to fight against people with dragons.
Yes, it's very hard to fight against people with dragons. And there's an incredible little quote. If you've seen one of the previews, one cannot control a dragon. But we'll have to ask Daenerys for that a little bit later down the road. But as I was mentioning, it is a time of peace. We're looking at Westeros and King's Landing when everything is newer, built up, and things are good. But as we know, the king, there's always someone marching against, not necessarily marching against him, but always planning against him. We know the rule of
thickens.
Yes. The king, the hand of the king is, one would say, the true power, because this is the one that has the spies all over the place, knows what's going on, and makes sure, or as I love to say it in my place of business, effects policy.
Yep, the leader makes policy, but the hand effects the policy.
Yes, I know. Both Lord Dream and Lord Roger are a bit on the stuck-up side, so we'll let it go.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, what is it? They said it with the Baratheons, the king shits and the hand wipes.
Oh, yes, that is correct. That is correct. So, folks, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. As I mentioned, some of the families, I'm going to see if I can bring up my list of the other ones. I had a wonderful bit of notes for the program, and now that I'm sitting at my desk, where are the notes? So I'm going to rush to find them right now. So I'm going to give Lord Dream a moment to cover for the old man over here while I find that stuff right now. He's like, what? How?
Well, as of the moment, I am repping my Stark Jon Snow mug with the white wolf. And then I'm also partaking to prep for the show tonight. I am prepping with my Baratheon whiskey. If you can recognize it, it's a Dalmore. And It is pretty smooth and nice. And I am loving it.
I'm in the wrong universe. I have blood wine, so I'm going to be refilling from time to time. I wish I were in Hawaii right now, but I just got to take the punch and realize that I'm just
Wah, wah.
Lord Dream will put that in his pocket and embarrass me later.
Always.
Oh, wow. Awesome blood wine. Oh, anyway.
If you have diabetes.
Not too bad. Folks, if you have a drink with you right now, let us know. It's fun. It's part of what we do here on the program. But yes, I do have my dragon cup right now. Before we began the program, it was really cool. And folks, you have to understand that this program, we are the hosts, but we live off the audience. So we're what are those leeches? We're leeches. This program works with your comments and your ideas on the program, and we would love to hear them. And as I mentioned, if you want to join the program, obviously through your comments, if you want to be a host with us, you can, of course. Buenas noches, Oscar.
Monterrey.
Saludos, joven, de Monterrey, Nuevo León. And if I'm going to go ahead, obviously I just greeted our guest. I believe that is in Mexico, the northeast corner of Mexico, which is really
Nuevo
cool.
León?
Yes, Nuevo León.
Does that mean New Lion?
Actually, it does, yes.
Is he a Lannister?
Oh, very good. That might be, yeah. Well, that's Oscar. Eres Lannister. I don't know why I did it that way, but it's good. We have an international audience, which is really cool. Folks, it's going to be Dream and I, after the first episode, we're going to be prepping the program with questions for the audience as to where you think the episodes are going. And that's why we're just doing the prep right now. But let me go over the plot a little bit. This show is based on George R.R. Martin's book, Fire and Blood, which chronicles the fictional history of the Targaryens, as Lord Dream said earlier. This gives the show more leeway to fill in some of the character motivations that are the bare bones on the page. It also means that since these events are in the past of this world, if you want to find out how these characters will each eventually, well, George R.R. Martin should have just a symbol of death in it. But anyway, they eventually die. But they die if you consider the history.
Yeah, well, 200 years is a long time.
Vanish, or they're presumed to be dead. We're not going to spoil any of their fates, but that information is out there if you choose to seek it out. One of the primary characters, of course, is King Viserys. All right. He is played by Patty Considine. And then, of course, we have Emma D'Arcy, who plays the older version of Rhaenyra Targaryen. So there's going to be a little bit involved in there about youth, middle, maybe even older. We don't know. We've seen that in Game of Thrones. They're really good at that. But the basic story is a civil war between Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen and her half-brother, Aegon II, over which of them will succeed their father, Viserys the First, to the throne. So once again, we're going to see who's going to be in conflict. And I don't know if you've seen any of the images, but the throne itself does look different. Have you seen that, Dream?
Just briefly.
Okay. It still is made of swords at this time, but it's like there's swords in and front and around it, sticking out of the ground. So it's kind of like in the time frame that we see Game of Thrones, everyone just flattened them. So,
well, essentially, like as they defeat more people and acquire, more, like they add the swords in. So I think just over time, it just kept getting bigger.
Now, the throne that we see in the previews almost is exact duplicate as the one that we see in Game of Thrones. So as I mentioned, it's stuff that's protruding out of the floor. We see more swords. So obviously that's gone in the Game of Thrones that we know. But as we know, this world is of Westeros with many familiar visuals from Game of Thrones. But instead of jumping around to all corners, apparently it's going to be focused on King's Landing and, of course, Dragonstone. Dream, what is Dragonstone?
Dragonstone is their land. I mean, that's where they stay. It is essentially what they made the weapons that could kill the Valyrian steel. Was it Dragonstone or the only things
that Valyrian? That's the other family. Oh, bonehead. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. But the Valyrian steel and the dragon glass were the only things that could kill the White Walkers, and fire essentially. So we see that, and the Dragonstone was their land where they stayed. Right.
That's interesting. Yes, that yeah.
I
You're not.
mean,
I
that's
wasn't
what I
testing you.
remember.
Yeah, I think we were both just we were both reading it. I apologize. We're reading the comments as well as that's correct. We did see it when Daenerys returned, or Dany. She returned to see it, and it was really empty. No one was there, and apparently it's gonna be there now. So let me continue that. It's gonna be focused on King's Landing and George. This is interesting because if you've been watching some of the docs already and the stuff on the internet, the council, there's 21 people, or 20, I guess with the king, there's 21. There's 20 people on the council, and they determine who the next king is going to be. But they also take into account the king's decision. And this is what it's going to be about. So it may not exactly be like the Roman stuff, but there are shades of it. So I don't want to say no because we have yet to see it. But men rule in Westeros. Women do not. There's a significant character that she is known as the queen who was not, or the queen who should have been. I'm going to leave that out there right now because I don't want to reveal absolutely everything. It's going to be in the series. But that's going to be a major component in that. She marries one of the other families, obviously, that is not Targaryen. And she is known as the queen who was not, because she was in line. So, at what time does House of Dragons come out? So,
In about 38 minutes.
In the United States of America, it will be in 38 minutes, give or take, on the East Coast, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I believe if you have HBO Max, I won't know till I know. It may debut 1 minute after. So at 6:01 p.m., I may be able to see it. So if you're getting it through cable, it's going to be based on your hour, at least in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Beyond that, I genuinely do not know. But if you have HBO Max, you're going to be able to get it usually at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Tiny bit of trivia. We do intend to follow the War of the Ring, and the debut on that one will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, or 6 p.m. Eastern Time, worldwide. So that one's unique. I'm not sure how it's going to work here for HBO's Game of Thrones, but it's going to debut in about 36 to 37 minutes here in the United States of America. So,
yeah, very excited. Can't wait.
Oh, heck yeah. As I mentioned, it's focused on King's Landing and some Dragonstone and the silver-haired incestuous Targaryen family. You can also expect to see many dragons. Daenerys' 3 dragons were a novelty in Game of Thrones time that everyone would and awed over. In this era of Westeros, dragons are dime a dozen, as Lord Dream alluded to earlier. He who has the dragons has the power. And who has the power? The House of Dragon, the Targaryens. So, as I mentioned, the key figures are King Viserys, his scheming brother Daemon, played by Matt Smith, and the king's daughter, Rhaenyra, Alcock, and DRC, who is a little too close with her uncle Daemon, and who is trying to be the first woman on the Iron Throne long before her descendant, Daenerys. So, outside of their immediate family, Otto Hightower is the hand of the king. So for those of you that know who the actor is very well known. He's a really good guy. He's the king's closest advisor and hates Daemon. His daughter, Alicent, played by Emily Carey Young and Olivia Cooke after a time jump, who begins as Rhaenyra's friend, will be a crucial character in the developing civil war. And Lord Corlys Valerian, played by Steve Toussaint, is also a powerful ally to some of those characters. So, how can you kill a dragon? Well, number 1, bunch of White Walkers.
Yeah, really.
2, a bunch of slinging spears, right, Dream?
Yeah, it's like giant catapulted spears. Um, you have to hope you make a hit, and you have to hope it's a clean hit, because otherwise you're not getting through that hide, which is sometimes stronger than diamonds. Some might say.
Yeah, you're gonna have to forgive me. I have to pour some more blood wine. So there's no product placement here either, folks.
No,
I
no
just wanted to get
sponsors.
something that was red. We have no sponsors, but we'll take them. But it's very hot over here. It's 84 degrees here, so that means it's 94 here in the office. So I was going to do the cosplay. I'm using my Trek undershirt.
It's really hot over here too. However, we cranked up the AC in the house, so it's like freezing inside, which
Oh,
is
I
why I
hate
have my
you.
sweatshirt on.
I hate you. Oh, let's show off some of the toys. Mine did not arrive. As you know, I have my Star Trek stuff back there, Star Wars and everything. But I have the banners. They're going to be arriving this week.
Oh,
So
cool.
next week, the banners will be hanging. You see from that silver guard up there? That's the
Yeah.
garage door rail, folks.
So
It's not a
fancy.
misaligned image. It's the garage door. You can see the garage door back there, the silver
Yeah.
thing. There it is. So, yes, I'm in my office. So you guys can comment. Now, in some of our other programs, which I do miss, some of our viewers would look to see if they could find some of the stuff that was behind me. I would deliberately add something new. So we're going to be adding some Game of Thrones items. So this is not a flagon, but this is my Targaryen Dragon Cup. Dream, show off some of your toys because you have more than I do this time around.
Well, right now I've got my mug, which
Oh,
is
Stark!
yeah, house. Well, it's the White Wolf, which is Jon Snow, and it's pretty cool. Very very detailed as far as like how I like it. And then I've got my whiskey, which got that stag head on it. So I think it
That is
looks
awesome, dude.
kind of like a Baratheon kind of thing, which
Now,
I
we
like.
will give them play. That's a Dalmore. It has nothing to do with them. Dream, would you show it one more time? I still
Which
think
one?
it's out. Would you show the drink again?
Oh,
Because even though it's a Dalmore and has nothing to do with it, that is cool, folks. Now, that's an expensive bottle of whiskey right there, is it not?
yeah, it goes about $100. So it depends on what you consider expensive, but it's expensive to me.
This is the difference. And I go by the Lord, and he just went by Dream. Okay, the reason why he spells Dream that way is a long-standing joke. He knows he spells better than I do. So it's a joke, and that's why we have that. But he spent $100 for today's program. I spent $5.99. No, actually $5.98. So
But you
I
have
will have the
taxes.
better stuff.
You have tax in CV.
Oh, $7. $7 make you holler. So I do apologize. We're being foolish right here. So we do appreciate Luis Paz. I'm sorry, Luis. I did not see this one. At what time does House of Dragons? Oh, I did. Yeah, we did. So I think we gave the time. And Luis, if you did not know of it earlier, it is 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones. So, folks, I do apologize if we do repeat some of our stuff, but
We are repetitive and redundant.
we have no peers. So I do want to invite you to ndbmedia.net. I had to put it in there where we have all of our programming. And folks, if you want to join us live, you don't need a camera. You just need a phone or a computer, and you can join us live.
As you can tell by my mobility, I am on my phone.
And I am not. But I do have a phone, and I don't have my Game of Thrones cover yet. So, yeah, I'm staring at this little camera. It's camera.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's that big. See, look, my fingers are there. Yeah, it's very small, so it works. But I'm going to pay a price for that, like I always do. So if you do have questions, so we don't pretend to know all of them, but we are fans. And I'd like to know, since we know very little about this other than what's in the book, and they're going to fill in the blanks. I guess George already has the first idea of what it may be. So it does sound like a Julio Claudian dynasty. I don't know why I went Spanish there, Dream.
Julio.
Julio. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does sound like.
It's hot in here. You know what happened, right? It just dripped
Yeah,
down
the
my
condensation of the AC dripped down.
I have AC. I have a fan. But you know that embarrassing one moment we're just sitting and the little one drop goes down the back. I'm sorry for that image. Oh
my God.
It was a replay. It's warming. Yeah, I think we just lost the entire audience with that one.
No, that was very intuitive. That did sound very nice about the comparisons.
I'm having my wolf right now. I'm having my beef jerky right now.
Your beef jerky?
That's wolf.
I'm going to pour some more of this whiskey here.
Oh, Dream. When I went to Alaska, which was closest to winter, I did try deer. I can never watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer again.
Really?
I had deer.
What about Bambi?
My daughters are adults. I don't have to watch that again.
But Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is okay. Oh, man.
I'm going to see if I can find some imagery that we can post in a little bit. But everyone is talking about it, from the New York Times, Deadline, all the programs. It's a big deal. We're returning to Westeros. The two showrunners did not return to do this, and I don't know if they have any involvement. As I understand, as of right now, they do not. But HBO is the one that did it the first time around, so I think we still have a connection there. So I understand the marketing campaign for HBO was reaching over 130 million people, and it culminates this weekend. It's crazy, folks, the amount of money they spent on it. And it cost $200 million this first season alone.
Jesus. Imagine, oh, man.
That's a movie budget.
Imagine being like the director or something for this series, and HBO comes up to you and they're like, look, this season is costing us X amount of dollars. We have attracted X amount of viewers worldwide. All you got to do, just don't fuck it up. That's it.
That's right.
Like, we have the people, we have the viewers, we have everybody lined up for show one. Just don't fuck it up.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I have no problem dropping the F-bomb because House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones are clearly not, kid friendly. So I'm assuming we're going to have the adult audience.
Yes, and apparently a worldwide audience. So it's going to be cool. I'm actually trying to align some of the pictures right now that I'm going to be able to get. So I did go to another page right now, and Deadline seems to have quite a few. So I'm going to see if I can go to them right now, and we'll see.
Ooh.
So already, he's the brother of the king, and he plays uncle to the king's daughter, which has a significant role, as we mentioned, who's going to be going to try to become king. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of here real quick. I'm going to set up all the pictures, and that way I'll have them ready to go. So that way I don't have to keep, going from large to small. So give me a few quick moments. Dream, what are you expecting that we're going to see in this, at least the first episode, other than the massive setup from 200 years in the past?
The main thing I'm excited about is freaking dragons, and possibly dragons.
Dream, I was holding out hope that there would be a few dragons.
Yeah.
Dime a dozen dragons.
That was the main thing. Like, honestly, that was the main thing. Like, from Game of Thrones, we were so excited to finally get to see the dragons, and we got to see them grow up from little ones all the way to the big bad boys. But it was just so expensive to put them on with the CGI and everything else that they were like, no, we're going to do it very sparingly. even though the dire wolves cost them, X amount of dollars too. We're like, you know what? Forget the dire wolves. Let's see the dragons. You know, it's just a lot of CGI money for each dragon, so they did it very sparingly. But I'm hoping that they do not disappoint in a show called House of the Dragon to show a consistent stream of dragons, because that would be insane if we have a whole show a season about the Targaryens that don't have any dragons in them. But I'm pretty sure they're going to have a lot of dragons.
Yes. Yeah, and I already have a few pictures set up and ready to go. So I ask you to bear with me. I'm trying to get up a few more. And I apologize, folks, that I wasn't ready to go on this. I had to go get a few videos. Oh, we actually got a like already. Amanda Renee, thank you. We appreciate that, Amanda. If you have any ideas, Amanda, on what we are expecting to see, we'd love to hear your opinions. Folks, we're fans just like you. We saw Game of Thrones through. That's why we're here. So,
Yep.
as a matter of fact,
Yeah, let us know what your favorite parts were from Game of Thrones. Let us know what you're excited about to see, because honestly, we'll look for little things that, like any fan, we see the things that we like, and then we just kind of like tunnel vision, but if you let us know like what you're into, like what aspect of it, like who was the one that commented about, was that Greg that commented, or George that commented about the comparisons in the Roman history?
yes,
Yeah, that was who was it?
it was George, the
George.
dynastic Roman.
Yeah, the dynastic, like that's a very astute observation that you wouldn't normally, come across. And so now that's going to be in my freaking head when I'm watching. I'm like, oh, yeah, that does seem like that's what's going on. So little things like that help us, appreciate from a different point of view, that we wouldn't necessarily have thought of. I'm over here thinking whiskey, wolves, dragons, and I've got a history lesson going on, which is pretty awesome. It definitely opens up my mind, and hopefully yours too, to new ideas and possibilities. Oh, what do we got?
Here's one of the first images. This is she is the queen who never was, and she is of course Targaryen. And this is the character that I mentioned to you, is one of the most richest member of the family. This is Valerian, the Valerian family. And if you've seen some of the docs or some of the events on HBO Max, they're a power couple, and it's a constant theme among them that you should have been queen. And if that is going to come into play, I imagine. In addition to that, there's the hand of the king. So this gentleman is the one that's going to be affecting policy for the king. And of course, this is a unique character. She is Mysaria, if I remember correctly. So she is. Oh my goodness, I forget the connection, man. I'm forgetting my own notes. But let me go back to this one. This is Rhys Ifans as Otto Hightower. The connection, the hand of the king. He is from probably the second most powerful family in Westeros right now. So you see some of the politics already in play. Yeah, the Targaryens who are in power. The hand of the king, not the evil guy, but as Dream and I mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't make policy, affects it. Once again, Dream, what was said in Game of Thrones about the hand of the king?
The king shits and the hand wipes.
Yes, no doubt. She is, I mentioned her already. Oh, as a matter of fact, this is a young Alicent. Okay, this is one of the younger characters. I don't want to give away already about him, and you need to learn. This is cool. The role he plays, in my humble opinion, is going to be an important role in the series. Now, she is the young Rhaenyra, okay, and that's her friend as well. So they're both, Aaron, I know we're going to have to come back and remember all that stuff, but I apologize. These are two friends. One of them is set to possibly take the throne. and the king wants his daughter, a Daenerys lookalike. I know, you know. It's the Daenerys have long, flowing blonde hair. So she is in line, and she is, as we believe, very capable. And this is her childhood friend in this image right here. And of course, there is the Hand of the King, and if I'm not mistaken, his wife as well, Olivia Cook. She plays a character, Alicent, older. So there's a connection. This is Alicent in the time that we're going to be in, and here she is younger. Alicent is the friend of her as they're growing up. In another image that I have, there he is. He is Lord Corlys Valerian. And there's a line. Remember, the swords are Valerian steel?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be from this family. They built the empire. They're actually one of the first families to arrive in Westeros. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to do that. As a matter of fact, Dream and I are going to go back and revisit just our thoughts. One of the shocking moments. Well, okay, I have one more image to show you. And there it is, of course. He is the brother of the king. Okay, so you have a little bit to look at right now, and there is a lot still to look at. So, Dream, I'm going to just give a few moments that I had. The red wedding. I was shocked. I was shattered. I was stunned that they took out almost the entire family. The red wedding. Oh, my God. What were your thoughts on that?
Red Wedding, I felt was pretty intense. It definitely messed with everybody's brain. It was at least all right. Here's the thing. So it gave purpose to Arya's face swapping,
Yes.
which is about the only thing crazy that she got to use it for. Other than that, it had like zero usage in the rest of the show. But yeah, it was freaking intense, man. In the famous words of one of my favorite characters, if I may quote him, Hodor, 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 Hodor.
We all remember that scene. That scene. I'm not going to get emotional right now because of the TV show, but yeah, I am. That episode broke the internet.
Yeah.
Remember that, folks? It went into the next day. Hold the door. Hold the door. Oh my! There it is. My voice is going. It was. Oh, folks, please, in your comments, write your comments. Let us know what some of your favorite scenes, favorite funny, tear-jerking scenes, whatever. I was pissed at the Red Wedding. I guess I was a Starker, if there is such a thing. I was going for the Starks, and it took everything off. And I want to thank that we did get another like from David Lazars. Thank you, David. Aaron, let us know who you are and where you hail from. Amanda, Renee, where are you from? Comment in the chat, please. And David, also, we'd love to know where you guys are from. So we have an international audience, and that's going to make it tougher. Dream and I are now under the gun, and we're like, oh, damn. Yeah. We got to go back to our old NDB media days and be quicker in our comments.
Start chewing the gum.
Yes. Oh, that's a beautiful story.
With the current dragons.
That's a darn good question. I don't know if there is an answer. I would say, yeah, because they have babies.
Yeah. I mean, those eggs might be from one of the current dragons.
Oh, Team Dragon. Aaron. All right. Team Dragon from upstate New York. That is cool. My daughter just happened to get back from New York a few weeks ago. She was over, I believe it's Patterson, Aaron. So I think that's kind of closer to like Danbury, Connecticut or something. She might move out there. Damn, my little 25-year-old. I know, little. But anyway, Dream. She's 25.
Jesus.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, Aaron, and everyone else. Everyone else, folks, let us know who you are and where you hail from. We don't care. We thank you for being on with us. We'd love to hear some of your ideas. Now, Hold the Door broke the internet. The one that left me like, oh, damn, we're screwed. And you're going to have to remember, it was either late in the 5th season or late in the 6th season. It was the second to last episode. And Dream, you're going to have to help me out on this one. And everyone in the audience, where is it that they were up north and they got their rear ends handed to them when the king showed up? Was that Hard Home? It sounds like it. Folks, help us out.
That sounds close to where they were.
That's where the Expeditionary Force was up north. Yes, I went World War II on you guys. They were up north, and the Witch King finally shows up. And the Witch King! Oh my God! Whoa! There's Lord of the Rings. I am sorry, the White Walkers, the King of the. I've been saying Witch King for a while now. I guess I'm getting ready for the War of the Ring.
Oh man!
The White Walkers, where they devastate the good guys at Hard Home, and then the people that die, then they're converted into White Walkers.
Yeah, and
they
barely getting bigger.
They barely get away. That left me stunned. And then, of course, when the
White Walker took out the dragon,
I was right where I was going, right there.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness, the dragon was dead. Nice. And then they pulled it up and out, and then it went against the wall. Oh,
dude,
man.
When that wall came down, I remember thinking, "Oh, shit's about to get real."
That was not fair, dude. I apologize, folks. There was no special effects. If you saw the mist, I'm so sorry. Damn it, that was not fair, Dream. I have proof of it.
I mean, come on. Is there any other thought? When you see that wall come down, you're like, oh my God. Other than Ned Stark with his head.
When Jon Snow. Okay, well.
Dude, when Ned Stark lost his head,
yes.
Oh my God. Like,
what a shock.
I was like, oh my God, it's Sean Bean. He's gonna get his shot to not die. He's gonna rule. He's gonna sit on the Iron Throne. He's gonna, he's gonna do his thing. He's gonna be leading for several seasons and doing his thing. Nope. Couldn't give him that. Had to kill him again.
When Jon Snow was killed by the Night Watch, I was disappointed by that, because by this time I'm invested, folks, and I'm thinking about what's going to happen. And Jon Snow, there was already an inkling of what was going to be involved, and then, oh my goodness, it was done. No, it's going to begin in about 12 minutes on the East Coast, HBO Max. We will not go. We're going to stop before that episode begins.
Yeah, we're going to go run to our other room and throw on our PJs and snuggle up under a blanket. I'm snuggling up with my wife. He can snuggle up with himself.
Hey. It's going to be Kool-Aid for me, baby. I actually might just be here in the office watching on the big screen right here. But no, it has not begun yet. Yes, how can you kill a main character like that so early on?
I know.
That was Game of Thrones, man.
That broke my heart. Like, honestly, that was one of those. I was so excited for him. Because we all know he's died. He's died in like 20 different roles super early. And it's like, man, you can't do my boy like that.
I'm going to drink wine because I know things. Very good. I'm going to drink wine because I know things. Folks, Aaron, forgive me. I do want to correct. It was actually at the end of the first season when Sean Bean, he was only in the first season.
It was the beginning of the second. It's like season 2, episode 1.
All right.
Something like that. I was been rewatching.
I'm binge watching too, so that's cool. All right. We have a point of contention. We're not experts, but we have seen it. So what sort of wine, Aaron?
The other thing I did want to comment on that I really loved was Tyrion's joke. I don't know if anybody's heard it, but Tyrion starts off.
Several.
starts off a joke several times in the series, and he never gets to finish his joke. So you actually have to go online to look up what the joke is. But it's like a man walks into a bar with the honeycomb and an ass. He always starts off, "Hey, Aaron, red like the blood of
You
my
are the
veins."
bomb, Aaron. I'm having blood wine, but you folks saw what it was. It's hot in here, so I had to go with the Kool-Aid stuff. And I'm actually being good. I'm having fruit. I just don't want you guys see me stuffing my face. That's why I keep going down like that. So, I just got a cherry.
I'm not going to comment on any of that.
It's a honeydew melon, folks. I was being stupid.
There you go.
We are juvenile. We are immature. We are fans. So I do believe that. Thanks, David. Seriously. Thanks, guys, for the fun. Have a great night. I'm getting ready to watch.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you, Aaron. Sorry for being rude. I am dumb and stupid. But you know what, folks? I think we try to do it just more for the laughs. We are immature here.
Yeah.
If we do say something that you find offensive, just let us know.
I think combined we have a maturity age of 19.
I never put a number to it, but I'm okay with that. Okay, now, folks, this is what we do on NTV Media a lot. We do a lot of that stuff. You understand that we're 2,000 miles apart, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I hope so. And, folks, look, we decided we wanted to do this 2 years ago. And then this week, we're like, well, is it going to happen? Oh, shit, I don't know. Is it going to happen? And then we're like, well, I don't know. Is it going to happen? Well, damn, I guess it's going to happen.
Yeah, literally like last week, we're like, yeah, we're going to make it do.
I think you're giving us way too much credit on that. I think it was within 7 days. But okay.
Actually, I texted you this morning. It's like, oh, yeah, what time are we doing this again?
Can I show them the text?
No.
Okay. I will not show them text, but hold on. This is what the text said. So what time did we agree on? This was this morning. He has a great smiley face and he's laughing. He says, I forgot. Happened to me. Ever happened to you? And I was like, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what time zone you're in, so screw you. But it really did happen, and it was kind of funny. It's because we have a lot going on right now, folks, so we apologize. But if you guys are with us, we want to know what you guys are going to be doing, watching this program as well. We are going to end, I think, in about
in just 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes.
Because we want to be at the program too. So, folks, be ready to go next week. For now, it is going to be at the same time. We're going to review last week's episode, and then we're going to go into what we're thinking about moving forward. And then we're also going to be adding the War of the Ring after it debuts as well. So please bear with us. If you have any ideas, folks, we'd love to hear them. Thank you, Aaron. Oh, thanks. And David and Amanda for the likes. It means a great deal to us. Folks, we just want to let you know we're going to be here. Oh, yes, Aaron. Well, correct. Yeah, yes, we do. Actually, Aaron, just to be a jerk, I would say we've earned it.
Yes.
Because we've seen it through.
We are arrogant.
Yes, we do. So, folks, we're going to end it. I'm going to let Dream take us away. But look, my thoughts on this is it's going to be a tough first episode because there's a lot of political intrigue. You got to lay the foundation. Yeah. We're coming back. And we're going to be familiar with stuff, but they got to lay it all out. So that's what I'm going to say. Yes! Yeah, Aaron! Thank you. I like that. So, Dream, what are you expecting? And, folks, it's going to be we're going to have history because of the episode.
Yeah,
so, Dream, what are your thoughts?
Real quick breakdown. I'm prepared for, a lot of the setup. I'm hoping we get the hint of, a dragon. Like, I hope we get at least one glimpse of one dragon today. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of groundwork that they got to cover. So I'm prepared for some stalling, but other than that, I'm ready for this thing to start. So good night. Have fun. I'm not trying to be rude, but I want to get in and watch this. And I know you do too.
Folks, I am stunned at the number of people that are watching and spending time with us. We owe it to you to be ready next week as well, and we are. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys, and hey, we all are. Let's go.
No
Thanks,
one
Eric.
said you weren't.
Thank
So
you,
we'll see you
David.
next week.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Luis, George, Oscar, Honey, Cookies, Sword, and everyone else that joined us. If I didn't get everyone here, I do apologize. But we love you guys, and we can't wait for next week. We'll see you guys on the other side. Oh, the king has ordered. Now we got to do. We're out of here, folks. We'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.